Okay, and we are live. So, Chi, welcome and absolute pleasure to be having a chat with you today about your journey in digital marketing and about how Marble Mountains Media was founded and what you've got planned for the future. So good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited about this chat that we are going to have.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. And just for the benefit of people watching this who might not know who you are and where you're from, where you're based, etc., the name of your business, do you want to just do a little introduction?
Yeah, absolutely. So I run a digital agency named Marble Mountains Media, and we are based in Vancouver, Canada. I founded Marble Mountains Media since December last year, and it's been a fun journey so far.
Fantastic. So, for the benefit of people who might be watching this, could be years in the future. This could be evergreen. How long have you been trading for right now?
Yeah, so I started the journey in December, and at that time, I focused more on building the team, brainstorming about the brand and the messaging for the brand. And then in February, that's when we officially launched, and I started getting the first client in March. At that time, I was still working full time for Herschel Supply Company as a digital product manager. And after a while, I got enough clients and things have been quite busy. So that's why I decided to go full time and take the leap of faith and focusing entirely on my business.
Awesome. I mean, and I remember when we used to talk back when you had your full-time job. So, although you were kind of in and around the sort of website industry, do you want to just sort of explain a little bit about your background prior to that and what you kind of did prior to being a digital marketing consultant?
Yeah, for sure. So right before running my own agency, I was working full time as a digital product manager for of omni-channel for Herschel Supply. It is a Canadian brand for backpacks and apparels. And in that role, I manage all of the e-commerce sites for Canada, but also, we have separate websites or e-commerce for the Europe and US markets.
Mm,
And in the role of omni-channel is also about connecting the website to the other systems, for example, the point of sale systems in the retail stores.
mm,
And that role, I really enjoyed it because it's about using technology to solve a business problems and to grow the business.
mm.
Um, so I think that kind of opportunity really uh, helped me with, the interest in using technologies and using marketing or digital marketing to grow a business. And before Herschel, I've been in IT and I've been also running my own e-commerce before. So
Mm.
I have that kind of technical background, and I have the passion of using technology to solve a business problem. In terms of running an agency, the sales side of things is totally new for me. So it's been a fun journey so far to be on the other end of the table.
Yeah, I guess your passion for sort of technology is kind of like the foundation of what gave you the incentive and motivation to start your agency. But it must have been pretty scary when you first started thinking about there's a big difference between, because obviously you don't really have to do any of the technical stuff anymore. How was that transition? How did you find it when you first started speaking to people about their digital marketing?
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting for sure because when I was in the role of IT process manager for Texas Health or like a digital product manager at Herschel, on e-commerce manager for another Canadian brand, I am more in the side of the brand and picking out or selecting the vendor, the tech vendor, and the digital agencies to work with to help us with any kind of digital marketing solutions, either SEO or ads, or like a website audit, for example. And now I'm on the other end of the table trying to sell solutions to businesses. So it's very different and it was daunting at first, but I find it quite fulfilling in a way as well, because I find that since I've been in the other side, I understand the problems or the challenges that business owners have when it comes to um, leveraging digital marketing for their business. And for me, it's more about understanding the other person and understanding the pain points that they have experienced, and then try to solve the problems for them, or like more focusing on the problems that they have, and the solution becomes very natural as a way to grow the business.
I got something that just struck me when you were saying that, because I know the way I would answer this, but did it come as a bit a surprise to you when you first started talking to smaller businesses? Because you've always been more of a corporate background, so in a sort of
Mhm.
corporate structure, and now you're obviously helping other entrepreneurs with their digital marketing. Does it come as a bit of a surprise to you that how much help they needed? I'll try not to be rude about it, but you know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. At the beginning, when I have conversations with business owners, I have tons of respect and admiration for what they do, because it takes a lot of work and tenacity to run your own agencies or to run your own business. And a lot of them are so smart, and they are good at what they are doing. And I think that some of the solutions that we provide, honestly, they can do it themselves. But what I find the value um, in our work of our agency is like we free up the time for them to focus on the core operations, and also to help them find the focus. Because I see a common trend for business owners is that they go-getters. So they like to do everything. They want to do a lot of activities. So helping them through the website audit or the digital impact analysis to help them find the focus, and then from there choose the right digital solution for them to grow the business that have the most impact for them, is where I find the value in our work.
Mm. And isn't it? I always think that it's so valuable when you as an entrepreneur yourself can have so much empathy with the other entrepreneurs that you talk to that end up becoming your customers and quite often friends, because your shared experience, you know how tough it is to run a business, and that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Mm,
there's a lot of connections that I find with the clients that I work with.
mm,
And honestly, before working with any clients, I think I also looking for that as one of the criteria, right, for our partnership, because
mm,
we have to connect well with our clients. The work of any marketing agency is more of a partnership with the brand. So there has to be that connection that can build a long lasting and effective partnership.
mm. And have you targeted any particular niches or sectors as particular audiences you can specialize on?
Yeah, so far, so we focus on two different niches. The first one is the interior design and construction business, and the second one is with medical clinics. Um, yeah.
And what is it that made you choose those niches in particular?
Yeah, so for the first one with interior design and construction businesses, at the beginning when I first started the agency, I also have the, looking for the target in mind, because there's a saying, if you sell for everybody, you sell to nobody. So
Mhm.
it helps to find the target and really understand them. So initially, I focused on real estate because Vancouver is very big in growing, building um, all of the residential buildings here. So I focused on real estate agents at the beginning, and I quickly realized that they are more individuals and don't really need like large marketing solutions. But from those contacts, I get to know the architect firms and interior designs and construction project management.
Mm,
And this industry is new to me, so I'm also learning a tons of and it's quite interesting for me because the industry is more like an ecosystem where all of the key players of interior design architects and skilled traders work together because everybody has to be really like focused on one specialty. So that collaboration in the process really intrigues me to work with them. And coming from the background of a digital product manager, I like to think I'm also like building something. And the process of the building uh, in construction businesses is quite relatable.
mm,
And um, I like to think also like with marketing is a combination of art and science. And with the work of interior design and architecture, I also find that they have to find that balance between making something pretty and making something functional and working with the time constraints or the cost or space constraints, right? So yeah, working in those projects is mm, very fulfilling for me.
mm,
And then for the second niche of medical clinics and healthcare, it comes a bit more natural to me. So I used to work as a data analyst and then an IT manager for Texas Health Resources for 7 years. So I have quite a bit of contacts in the healthcare industry.
mm,
And when some of my existing contacts find out that I run my marketing agency now, they reached out and some introduced me to other contacts or became clients themselves. Um, and yeah, it just growing to be another niche that we have. And for those projects, I also find a lot of value and meanings because it's kind of like about helping people help people. Um, and yeah, like all of the businesses that I help in the medical clinics, I have so much respect for what they do because uh, yeah, they saving lives or they helping people improve their health and well-being every
mm.
day.
That's awesome. I think it's really, really cool the way that, your two niches, and obviously you've no doubt got customers in other areas as well, but those two niches, you can really see the passion, and I really like what you said about marketing being a combination of science and art. I'd never really thought about that before, but it's so true, isn't it? It's so true. That's a good one. I'm going to use that one. Okay.
I'll trademark it.
That's it. Awesome. So, something I am interested to hear more about is the name Marble Mountains. So, how did you come up with that? What's the story behind it?
Yeah, so Marble Mountains Media is named after the mountain range in central Vietnam, Marble Mountains. And Marble Mountains is located in my dad's hometown. So I know of the mountains since I was young. Whenever I visited my family on on my dad's side, whenever I visited Da Nang or my dad's hometown, we sometimes would go hike in Marble Mountains, and the mountain range is beautiful. Um, but what struck me even more is seeing the local people uh, in that region. Central Vietnam is very beautiful, but it's not like the most fruitful kind of land because it's very rocky. It has typhoons every year, and when it's not raining, it's also extremely hot. So it's very like harsh natural condition that the local people there live. And when I visited the mountains range, I noticed or witnessed the sculptures, uh, using the marbles from the mountains um, to make beautiful sculptures. So that really inspired me because I feel that if anyone can thrive in that condition, then I have no excuse for success. And that's also what I want the company, my agencies to be, is to thrive in any kind of condition and also help other businesses um, to grow their business in any kind of challenges that they have.
Yeah, and it's I think I recommend checking out your Instagram for some. I've seen
Thank
on
you.
your Instagram some really cool images of some of the sculptures and whatnot. It's really cool, and yeah, it really kind of resonates with your. It's great when the name of your business has got such a meaningful, background to it. Particularly when you're in marketing, because that's what we're all about, storytelling, and that yours is perfect.
Yeah, thank you. I ran through a couple of options before, like, but I have that marble concept in mind. So
Mm.
it's like marble fly, marble leaf, and then I think I ran like a quick survey with my friends to see what they like the most, and uh, all of them comes back with Marble Mountains Media. So that's why I chose it, and it seems to get some good response from everybody that I talk to, and I think the MMM kind of helps to
Yeah,
give
yeah, it
it.
does look great.
Mhm.
Awesome, brilliant. So you've now been so you joined Blam back in December, and you got up and cooking in February. So
Mhm.
you've now been a Blam partner for 9 months, and so your timeline was from when you started trading in February, and obviously you were in full time work then. I'd love to sort of just pick your brains a bit about what that journey looked like to the point at which you went full time on your business, because that must have been pretty scary.
Yeah, it's very different. Like, cause with my work, I did enjoy what I did at Herschel Supply, and I had good relationships with my coworkers. I had a consistent pay as well, which helps with that sense of financial security.
Mm,
So to give all of that up, like you said, is scary. But so far, I find that it's very fulfilling and deserving because.
mm,
At the end of the day, I think my biggest goal is to build something for myself and to expand my values and my impact to other businesses. And I think I absolutely find my calling to help businesses with what I think I'm good at.
mm. And so was it 3 months? You were 3 months. Was it February, March? Was it April you finished your job, or was it May?
May,
It
yeah,
was in May.
May,
Okay.
yeah.
So so what was that first few weeks like when you were full time on your business?
I did take a break, honestly. So I went to California to spend some time with my parents.
Mm,
Um, and then in June, that's when I really focus on it. And I think it's okay, at least, especially during that time because it's quite new and exciting. So
mm,
I'm very energized. I have like long lists to do every day. Um, I think what could be kind of tough is like, finding your own structure or your own timetable for the day. So
mm,
it is helpful for me at least to have the list of things that I need to do every day before the day before. And I copy what you do too. Like Saturday, you have the strategy Saturday. So that's also
yeah,
what I do to plan for the week.
yeah.
And in my previous work, we focus on quarterly review a lot. So I also have quarterly goals. So all of that, help to me to have to find my own structure.
Mm,
Um, yeah.
fantastic. And so in terms of your structure now for your business, because now you've got quite a few clients, you've obviously
Mhm.
got prospecting to do and so on. What does a typical week look like for you right now?
I would say that I spend 70% for now on my clients. and then
Mm,
30% on my own business in terms of either, building out the processes, thinking of or brainstorming for digital, for my own like campaigns to
mhm,
run to expand our reaches. Um, but yeah, since it's still quite new and I have luckily have quite a few clients already,
mm,
so I want to really focus on giving them the best value that they can get with our contracts,
mm.
because I think it's important to build strong service and strong quality for the customers. And when I have the processes and the structures in place, that is kind of like natural to scale.
Yeah, and scaling is the key, isn't it? And I'll save the question about scale till last, because the thing that I'm sure a lot of people would be very interested to know is, how are you finding your clients at the moment? Where are they hanging out, and how are you reaching them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so with finding my clients, some of the clients, as I mentioned, it comes from existing networks. Um, but some I find through networking events. So I go to networking events to meet with other business owners, and for now, I focus more on just the industry specific events,
Mm,
because that's where I can find the most people that are in the industries that I'm interested in. And it's been a little bit of time, so I also get some referrals, and I partner with a few government agencies. So even like yesterday, a government officials called me because they find a match for our agency with the potential clients. So hopefully some of
brilliant.
that will come in the future
Mm.
as well. Now in the future, if I want to expand my networks, I'm looking for maybe a salesperson that can help me uh, even like get further reach than just me doing the outreach and the sales.
I think when you're on your own, one of the most difficult things, as you said, is time management, and that balance between keeping yourself busy with existing clients, or doing the things that busy business people do, compared to actually doing your prospecting, and that balance, because you've always got to be networking, prospecting, you've always got to be building your business, and that's one of the biggest challenges, I think, as you start to scale, is
Mm-hmm.
where your attention goes, and in particular that you don't stop prospecting. So it's interesting that you've said your first sort of recruitment would be a salesperson, and would you train them up yourself?
It depends. Yeah, like I think so. With the sales team that I may grow, and I mentioned hiring sales, but I'm also thinking of like hiring account managers as well.
Mm,
So even before I started, right, I always have the scalability mindset in mind. Uh,
mm,
yeah, I'm not looking for just like a business lifestyle business where it if I serve enough food on the table for myself, then it's good. Like I wanted to grow, and so for me having that structure and the team, the right
mm,
team in place is very important.
mm,
So yeah, the training is also a key aspect of building a strong team. So I mentioned to you the process and the structure is not just for me, but it's for somebody else in the future. When they join the team, they can quickly run
mm.
with the documentation or the step by step that I have in place for them.
So we have got training in the BLAM system as well for salespeople. So
Oh, that's good
uh,
to know.
yeah, so we can do that. And so just talking about BLAM, have you found the whole experience of working with BLAM and the team?
It's been absolutely a pleasure to work with Blam. And as you mentioned, the training, the Blam team has helped me a tons with that. Because like I mentioned earlier, like sales is completely a new muscle for me to practice. And Blam team provided me with training for step by step of like what to talk to, uh, what to say, or how to talk to potential clients, how to deal with rejections. Um, yeah, and before joining the partnership, I like to think that I'm highly trained because I have background in business. I went to undergrad for business information systems, which is relevant to the agency.
Mm,
And I also went for MBA. So I thought I was highly trained, but the training at BLAM was still very useful because it's more about tactical kind of training and the how to, and help me quickly get off the ground and run
mm.
with the agency. So I find it very helpful.
And I've got to try and get that soundbite from you that we talked about we talked about before, because I asked you the question a couple of weeks ago. You know, how have you found running your business? Is it as hard as you expected? I'm
I think
laughing because your answer is completely opposite to what I tell everybody else.
so. I did say that it's not as hard as I thought it was. Don't get me wrong. I think that there's still a lot of challenges ahead, and current as well. But yeah, in terms of the sales process, the plan team training helps me, give me that comfort in mind that like there's somebody there to support me during this new journey. Yeah, and for me, what is helpful is to change the mindset of what sale is about. So it's not about like trying to sell as many sales as possible. At least for me, it's more about getting to know your potential clients, understanding them as a person, and understand their pain points. And you may have a solution that help them. It may be not, but at the end of the day, it's more about like getting to know more contacts and more people. And if the value or the solution that you have give them the value, then that's fantastic. And it's just like the sale part become natural by itself.
And you've absolutely nailed it with that, because the way you've just explained that is exactly the way we coach people. As you know, is you don't sound
Mhm.
like a salesperson. And
Yeah.
when you're actually talking to people as a consultant and saying, well, we may or may not have a solution,
Hmm.
it makes you seem much more credible, and they trust you more,
Yeah.
and that's why you're making sales, because you've nailed that part of it. And the truth is, it's a genuine thing as well. We want to help people. That's what we love doing. And if we can't help them, we're not going to try and sell them something that isn't going to work. And that's important to articulate, and that's the bit where we all say in the training, you shouldn't sound, look, taste, or smell like a salesperson. So that's I think you've nailed it with that one. So just to wrap things up, I'm going to save my favorite question till last. I want to know
Mhm.
what's the big picture look like for Marble Mountains Media? Where are you going to be in 5 years' time? What does the business look like?
So I always wanted to be an international agency. I don't know exactly what that means yet.
The map's there. You've got it mapped out behind you.
Yeah, but I think it's probably going toward that direction. So, we are based in Vancouver, Canada. We work or partner with BLAM, your team, and
Mm,
you are based in the UK and also have a fulfillment team in Africa. I have some contacts in Vietnam that help me as well. My clients so far are in Canada and in the US. And I also uh, working on a mentorship program for business in Tanzania. So I kind of like that global aspect. And I think the good thing about digital agency is that it's digital, so I can take it anywhere, and have maybe the key team of account management will still be here in Canada, but the fulfillment team and it has been proven can be anywhere in the world. And then the sales team can also be in other local markets where they can, get more outreach from the local markets.
Fantastic. So we got big vision. I mean, you're already international. You're part way there.
Yeah,
The
I
sky's the
myself
limit.
am